Thank you for joining me on my travel adventures. If you like it, hit subscribe and the like button. After touring the Mary Rose at the Naval Dockyard, it was off to see Nelson's victory. The sailors at the time of Nelson were obviously much shorter than the present day, as everywhere we had to duck, going up and down stairs and walking through the corridors. Heading towards Admiral Nelson's personal quarters. Looking at Admiral Nelson's personal area beneath his officers who sleep here and dine. I'll go out on the deck of the ship. You can see they're doing extensive renovations currently to keep it in excellent shape. Currently on the fore deck of HMS Victory, looking to Portsmouth Spinnaker. And aboard Victory, looking at Her Majesty's ship, Queen Elizabeth.
I think it is just two areas.
Nelson's office. And we're going to meet our captain's bed was upstairs, which I thought was Nelson's. Nelson's, of course, is much more grand, being the Admiral. Plus, it's close to where he met his officers. A picture of his logo. As you're touring, you have to watch two things: your head and your step. Otherwise, you can do some serious injury. They were very small back in the day. This is a spot that Nelson lay dying and ultimately passed away after being shot by a sniper on the upper deck. His body was eventually put into a barrel of rum to be transported back to England. Sailors typically ate and slept where they worked throughout the ship.
It gets replaced. Yeah. It's been rebuilt a few times. You know, Trafalgar, it was a wreck. It got blasted in Trafalgar, so a lot of it was replaced. But this is one of the inside. There's some beams inside that date back to the period.
I thought this was fascinating that you could go underneath the ship, see how it was constructed, see what parts were original and which were replaced, and just the overall size of the vessel. The ship is from World War I. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to get on it today. I may come back and fly tomorrow. Panorama, and you can watch a movie to describe the battle sequence at Trafalgar. 32-pounder shot from HMS Victory shooting through a mast of a French warship. During World War II, the naval commander in the area, when his office was bombed, moved his office into HMS Victory. And there he met King George VI, Winston Churchill, and General Eisenhower. He's a figurehead from HMS Glasgow. Some beautiful classic figureheads from Her Majesty's ships. That's a royal barge. From the museum balcony, you can get a beautiful look at the two aircraft carriers in this working naval dockyard. One can get glimpses into the inner workings of a modern aircraft carrier. Preparations were underway for the HMS Prince of Wales to set sail from Portsmouth the following morning on deployment. Exhibits at the historic dockyard include both sides of the river, but they have some beautiful ships that they've preserved. You can see the spinnaker in the shopping area. And I'm just coming up to HMS Warrior, another old sailing ship. It's part of the complex. You can actually see a landing craft. Something similar would be used on D-Day. And some PT boats. From the decks of HMS Warrior, you can see the other historical naval ships in harbor. The room of HMS Warrior. Assuming a coal-fired ship. The ship was in that period of conversion from sail to steam, as can be seen by both being on board. Touring through HMS Warrior. Like all ships, the officers are in the rear in the fancier cabins. Place of their own. Dining hall. Captain gets his own berth. Sometimes the other officers have to share. Certainly don't get crammed in like the enlisted ranks. The ship was on the cusp of change as you had the steam, the sail, and more powerful armament. Down at the waterfront, there is the factory outlet mall with some beautiful eating places. There's a spinnaker. You can go up to the top, catch a ferry to the Isle of Wight, or take a harbor cruise. Currently walking towards the Old Town, just not far from where everybody gets on the ferry. Walking through the Old Town, and there's a former tavern from 1657. Restoring some of the old buildings. cheers from Portsmouth. We're at Wagama. We're gonna have some beef sort of dumpling buns. Looks very tasty, and I've got this key lime hot chili tequila drink, and we got sangria. Now we're trying some Tamara squid after a lovely beef that we just had. Now we're on to a salmon koyobo. Looks absolutely delicious. We said farewell to the friends we made on the bus down to Portsmouth.